What's up everybody on YouTube, AJ Russ back here with another video, and today I'll be ranking the top 5 NFL wide receivers going into the 2021 season. So guys, this is my third NFL rankings video going into this upcoming season. I previously posted my top 5 running backs and quarterbacks going into this season, which y'all can go check out. Today we'll be focusing on the best wide receivers going into this season, but before ranking the top 5, we got to get to 2 honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Odell Beckham, wide receiver of the Cleveland Browns. In 7 seasons, Odell has had 1,000 receiving yards 5 times and a total of 51 receiving touchdowns. The 2017 and 2020 seasons were the only years he didn't have 1,000 receiving yards, and that was mostly due to injuries. Last year in 2020, Beckham Jr. unfortunately tore his ACL in Week 7 against the Cincinnati Bengals, which left him out for the season. But his team went on to finish the year with an 11-5 record, making the playoffs and only slightly losing to the Kansas City Chiefs in a divisional round of the playoffs. Now we know what OBJ is capable of when he's fully healthy. Many believe that the Browns proved they didn't need him after the season they had last year. I believe that's far from the truth though, as he'll look to bounce back this year and elevate the Browns even more as a serious contender in the AFC. The second honorable mention is New Orleans Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas. Thomas has been one of the most dominant receivers in the game since his rookie year in 2016. In 4 straight seasons, he's had over 1,000 receiving yards and a total of 32 receiving touchdowns. 2020 wasn't a great year for Michael Thomas though, due to an ankle injury, which caused him to miss 9 games and limited him from playing at his elite level. Going into this season in 2021, things were expected to be better, until it was reported that Thomas had last-minute ankle surgery in June of 2021, and with that only being a couple months before the regular season, it will cause him to miss some games this year. Regardless of what transpires this year, we know Thomas is a top 5 talent when healthy. He just needs to be available this season to showcase that. Starting off the list at number 5 is Stefon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. Over the past few years in his career in Minnesota and now last year having a fresh start on the Buffalo Bills, Diggs has been one of the most elusive pass catchers in the game. When Stefon was traded to Buffalo last season, him and star quarterback Josh Allen were able to connect off the field, which made their on-field chemistry a seamless transition. In 127 receptions in 2020, Diggs was able to accumulate over 1,500 yards, averaging 12.5 yards a reception, scoring 8 touchdowns on the season. His arrival on his new team not only helped elevate his game, but it also helped Josh Allen go from a solid quarterback to a potential MVP superstar quarterback, and now they are known as one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos in the league after only 1 season together. Stefon Diggs has always been a special talent, but he flew under the radar while he was on the underachieving Minnesota Vikings. Going into his second year in Buffalo though, he's looking to wreak even more havoc, as the Bills are continuing to contend as one of the best teams in the NFL. At number 4 is Cheetah himself, Tyreek Hill of the Kansas City Chiefs. Hill's nickname is Cheetah for a reason. He's arguably the fastest and most explosive receiver, running a 4.29 40, and he's always a threat to absolutely embarrass defenders when running routes. Tyreek has played a huge role in the success of the Kansas City Chiefs. Everyone highlights the incredible skill of Patrick Mahomes, and rightfully so, but Hill has also made a huge impact in his 5 seasons. Last season, Hill had an outstanding 15 receiving touchdowns and only 87 receptions on the season. Not only that, but he was able to record his third 1,000 receiving yard season, having over 1,200 yards. Tyreek Hill has separated himself individually as one of the best wideouts in the game, along with being a part of a juggernaut Chiefs team. As Hill embarks on his 6th season, it'll be interesting to see how things play out in the AFC in 2021. The third-ranked receiver for this season is longtime Atlanta Falcons wideout and newly acquired Tennessee Titan, Julio Jones. Jones has been dominating the NFL now for over a decade, having a resume that will for sure put him in the Hall of Fame as a first-ballot Hall of Famer one day. In his 10 seasons in Atlanta, Jones recorded monster numbers, having nearly 13,000 receiving yards and 60 touchdowns, while also having 7 seasons passing 1,000 receiving yards. While having all-time great numbers, Julio Jones also came close to winning his first ring in 2016-17. In that season, the Falcons had Matt Ryan playing at an elite level, winning the 2016 MVP, and the team overall had a regular season record of 11-5. That year, they almost had a storybook ending, but infamously lost Super Bowl 51 against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, losing the game, which many poked fun at because the Falcons had a lead of 28-3 earlier in the game. After not being able to reach the Super Bowl again, Atlanta has had a rough past couple of years, which ultimately led to Jones requesting a trade and being dealt to the Titans this offseason. With Jones having a lot of talent on his new team in Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, and Ryan Tannehill, the Titans are poised to potentially make a deep playoff run. Best believe Julio is ready to remind the league why he's one of the greatest receivers of all time, wanting to win at the highest level. Now we're at number 2, and the second best receiver going into this season is Davante Adams of the Green Bay Packers. Davante Adams has been the number 1 weapon for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and last season, Adams separated himself in terms of being regarded as one of the top receivers in the game. 2020 was a career year for Adams, catching 18 touchdowns on the season and also recording over 1,300 yards. He was also named to first team All-Pro, and he reached his 4th straight Pro Bowl in 2020. Not only that, but another impressive stat is that Davante had 0 drops on the season, which is super tough, and he dominated all of his matchups on the year. These matchups included lockdown superstar cornerback Jalen Ramsey of the LA Rams, as Adams consistently burned Ramsey running routes in the divisional round of the playoffs, and Davante Adams was able to score a touchdown and receive 66 yards against the Rams defender. Green Bay came so close to reaching the Super Bowl last year, but they lost to the Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFC Championship game. With the uncertainty over Aaron Rodgers staying on the Packers long term, this season will for sure be Super Bowl or bust in Green Bay. This year is a contract year for Adams, and he'll be looking to dominate even more this season to not only win, but to also secure a huge payday in free agency next year. We're now at the final spot, and the best wideout going into this season is DeAndre Hopkins of the Arizona Cardinals. The former Texans receiver has been a menace in his time in the NFL, showing complete dominance in his 8 seasons in the league. Before being traded to Arizona, Hopkins had 5 seasons posting over 1,000 yards receiving, and in his first year with the Cardinals last year, he added another 1,000 receiving yard season, posting over 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins has also had many signature plays throughout his career, but none better than his Hail Mary catch against the Buffalo Bills last season. Hopkins caught a touchdown while being guarded by 3 defenders in the end zone, which ultimately won them that Week 10 game. The success Hopkins had last season alone was no short of sensational, which makes the Houston Texans organization look even more foolish after trading him last offseason. This offseason, the Cardinals also acquired defensive end J.J. Watt, who spent 10 years in Houston and now will likely have a better chance at winning being on the same team as DeAndre after leaving the dysfunctional Texans franchise. The Cardinals are going to have to play at an extremely high level though to even get in the playoffs, not because they don't have a good enough roster, but because they are in the NFC West, the best division in the NFL. The Cardinals will have to face the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers all twice a year, which will be tough, but they are capable of success with the best wideout in the game and the solid pieces around him. Alright guys, that's it for the wide receiver rankings. There are so many talented wideouts in the league, and I believe these 5 and the 2 honorable mentions I named are the best in the league. There's so much talent in the NFL, with guys like Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, and Justin Jefferson, who are all special talents, and they can easily elevate themselves into the top 5 this season. The league is in great hands, and this season we'll get to see even more of those special athletes on display. I hope y'all guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my next 2 NFL videos coming in the next couple of weeks, going into the regular season, as next week I'll be posting the top 5 NFL defenders regardless of position. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss, and y'all stay tuned for more content. Y'all be blessed, and I truly appreciate y'all.